बैठ जा, बैठ हो गया। बैठो बैठो, अरे बैठो, मैं बोल रहा हूँ।
I request everyone to kindly settle down at your place. Thank you so much, everyone. I request everyone to kindly settle down at your place. Before we commence with the event, I request everyone to kindly make your phones on silent.
टाइमिंग है अभी लास्ट घूम के जाना पड़ेगा मैंने मना कितना बोला है
ही खाली इसी टाइम में याद आ बाकी टाइम में बोल रहा।
In the words of Potter Stewart, ethics is knowing the difference between what you have a right to do and what is right to do. Namaste and a very warm exuberant afternoon to everyone. I am Medha Gupta, club head of Lingo Feast, the Literature Society of Galgotias University, and it's my pleasure to be your MC for the event as we have gathered inauguration of the Center for Ethics and a talk on Naitik Bharat. I am privileged to extend a warm welcome to the distinguished higher authorities, Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. K. Malika Arjuna Babu, Honorable former Vice Chancellor Professor Dr. Renu Nutra, Honorable former IAS officer and current advisor to Chancellor Dr. Prabhat Kumar, respected Dean, School of Business Dr. Seema Gupta, respected Avdesh Kumar sir, and extend a jovial welcome to our chief guest, Honorable Shri Prabhat Kumar, former Governor of Jharkhand and former Cabinet Secretary, as well as respected faculties and all the students joining us today. Can you please have a huge round of applause? Flowers speak a language of their own, a language of beauty, love, and tranquility. Each blooming is selected and arranged to tell a story of love, gratitude, and appreciation. I would now request our Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. K. Malika Arjuna Babu sir to kindly present the flower bouquet as a token of appreciation to our chief guest, Honorable Shri Prabhat Kumar. Can you please have a huge round of applause? I also request Dr. Prabhat Kumar, advisor to Chancellor, to kindly present the bouquet to our chief guest. Can you please have a huge round of applause?
हेलो बैठो
Thank you, sir. Saraswati Mahabhage, Vidya Kamalochne, Vidya Rupe Vishal Lakshmi, Vidyam Dehi Namostute. With these words as our guiding light, let us commence our event by invoking the blessings of Goddess Saraswati, the divine embodiment of knowledge and wisdom. I would now like to call upon students from Notveda, followed by the ceremonial lighting of the lamp. I now humbly request our honorable dignitaries and chief guests to illuminate the lamp. Sir, please.
काटो इसको, इस कैमरे काटो इसको।
सा सा रि सा नी नी सा रि पा पा रि प म प म प ग म प नि धा धा ध स प नि म म प म ग म ग रि सा आ माँ सरस्वती शारदे शारदे पुण्य इस अज्ञान उदय से पुण्य इस अज्ञान उदय से वीणा तार दे तार दे तार दे माँ सरस्वती शारदे माँ सरस्वती शारदे 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 माँ शारदे. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, girls. Now, I would like to call upon our Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. Avidhesh Kumar, sir, to kindly address the audience with his good wishes. Can we please have a huge round of applause?
Good afternoon. Honorable former Governor of Jharkhand, C. Prabhat Kumar ji, and also the very senior IAS officer, retired senior IAS officer. Another person we have Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, Professor K. Mallikarjuna Babu ji, Mr. Prabhat ji, who is advisor to the Chancellor and very senior IAS, retired senior IAS officer, still associated with so many government assignments. Advisor to the Chancellor, Professor Rutra ma'am, Dean sitting of the dais, faculty members and my dear students. So, Galgotias University is inviting so many intellectuals in order to make you ready for the future, for when you will be skilled, you will be ready to make our country the developed country. That is the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. By 2047, that is the target that we should become, this country should become the developed country and should be powerful country. So when we will be powerful, the country will be powerful, and then as the vision of Honorable Prime Minister, so who will contribute? This new generation is going to contribute. How? By skilling yourself, as well as when you will contribute, that means this university will contribute. So this university's vision, which is basically vision of our Honorable Chancellor Shri Sunil Galgotias ji, that this university by 2047 should be in top 100 in the world. So that is another goal. Okay. So that is the vision of our Honorable Chancellor, and that should meet together with the vision of our Prime Minister ji, Modi ji, that by 2047 our country will become the developed country. So this new generation requires skill and with ethics. Okay. So there are many agencies which are doing so many things. Some are hackers, some are ethical hackers. Difference is hackers are doing negative things, ethical hackers are doing positive things. Okay. So you need to do positive things. So very important thing is when you are getting equipped with some skill, so you also need to follow ethics. And for that we have invited the chief guest today, who is very renowned and very knowledgeable person. So we will listen to him today, and we hope we all from this auditorium, we not only we will listen to them and we will follow, we will also spread to our other students who are in the campus. We have 32,000 students, but in this auditorium, because of the limited capacity, we have only almost 300 students. So you are ambassador, you will spread the message whatever our chief guest we will give today to other fellow colleagues, to your friends, so that everyone will be benefited. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your words of wisdom. In the words of Edward Everett Hale, coming together is a beginning, keeping together is a progress, working together is success. With that being said, I would now like to invite the captain of our academic ship, who is steering us through enchanted waters, and guiding us towards new horizons. Our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir Dr. K. Mallikarjuna Babu. I would now request Sir to kindly address the audience. Can we please have a huge round of applause?
सबको नमस्कार. Good afternoon. Indeed, it's a great pleasure to be here, and most awaited thing in my life, I'm just waiting to hear the distinguished Honorable former Governor of Jharkhand, Prabhat Kumar ji. Again there. So there, lot we have read online, but you read so many things, his books and other things, but nothing like that hearing from him. Sir, we are indeed, they are blessed. I am totally blessed and to have you on our campus, Galgotias University. Entire Galgotias University is welcoming you, sir. And this occasions, opportunities are created just for Galgotians. So this a huge talent pool behind the scenes work and make these opportunities possible, and you can get to see the luminaries and people who are people of high repute order, and otherwise we will not be able to really meet them if at all you desire to do so. Sometimes opportunities knock your door, better you really understand why we are doing this and learn from it and get that education and be like the luminaries. As this opportunity has been brought to us by none other than our advisor to Chancellor Ji, and he is also known as Shri Prabhat Kumar Ji, right? Right? So he is a former IAS, and we have pleasant occasions to share several notes on several issues. And moving on to then we have another advisor to our beloved Chancellor Ji, right? Who has been instrumental in building this institution along with him and with many others, right? One more is sitting beside her, right? Right? Renu Rudraji, right? So welcome, ma'am. And it's a great privilege to always be with Avdesh Ji, so who is my colleague and esteemed colleague, and we share many thoughts and while steering the various activities which we propose from the university. And also I also welcome the Dean of School of Business, so who is here on the stage. Welcome to ma'am. And having said that, this introduction is paramount important. Today the topic is going to be ethics, right? So ethics is something which many of you do understand, do not understand. Probably after 1 hour you will be able to understand. There are several challenges the country goes through. The country started 1947 evolving, and we have a goal set. Just now Avdesh जी आपको बताए थे, there is a goal 2047 में हम बनना है एक डेवलप्ड कंट्री. वो बनना है कैसे? How we go there? We go in several social issues हमारे पास हैं, and बेहतरीन टेक्नोलॉजी हमारे पास है, साथ है. इसको हम we have to eliminate those issues through technology, through education, and through research. Anusandhan. Without research, we will not be able to go. That's what we are calling as skilling. The skilling is paramount important for all of you. It's not mere acquiring knowledge. It's not enough. So this knowledge को आप बदले competency मोड पे capability से capability बनाए. So इसके लिए आपको skilling करना पड़ेगा. Skilling आता है आपका research के जरिए and doing several activities. Today the campus is bubbling with several activities. हमारा यहाँ चल रहा है Galgotias University is one of the 47 institutions in the country hosting Smart India Hackathon 2023. Grand finale is happening here, out there. So ये खुशी का बात ये होता है मेरा. So total there are 11 institutions out of these 47 go on the longest format of the hackathon, which is called as hardware hackathon. That means say इधर automation पे काम चल रहा है, technology पे काम चल रहा है, health care पे, medtech हो, biotech हो और all these things, and apart from that, we are also working on smart education. Smart education. जाके आप 10 years के बाद आपका education कैसे बनेगा? How the education formats are changing, how it would be, right? And that I will tell you afterwards. Then see, then automation. Then we are also talking about entertainment, other activities where 4 themes हमारे पास है, 4 themes पे हम काम कर रहे हैं, and at the same time 3 ministries have provided the real time problems. That means a problem solving इनका काम है, वो problem solving innovation पे करना है. So innovative, you have to be creative and you have to challenge the teams and उस पे आके आपको prize winning मिलता है. So बहुत सारा काम चल रहा है उधर, एक उधर चल रहा है. दूसरा सुबह उसके बाद दूसरा है अराउंड 10:30-11 एक एग्रीकल्चर का इवेंट हो गया, एग्रीकल्चर स्कूल का एक मैराथन सेशन चल रहा है. ये प्योर एकेडमिक पे चल रहा है. सो स्टूडेंट्स के लिए लर्निंग के सीखने के लिए बहुत संभावना उधर है एग्रीकल्चरल साइंसेस में. एंड तीसरा आज हम बैठे हैं, एक तो हैंड्स ऑन स्किलिंग चल रहा है, एक तो नॉलेज ग्रास्पिंग हो रहा है. इधर तो हम बैठे हैं सर को सुनने के लिए एक्चुअली वैल्यू चेन क्या होता है, एथिक्स क्या बनता है, क्या हम एथिकल बिहेवियर हमारे पास है नहीं है. सो अभी जितना मिलेगा इतना मिलेगा, फिर बाद में आप वो बुक पढ़ लीजिए सर का, देन आपको थोड़ा ध्यान में आ जाएगा. देन दिस विल बी ए गेम चेंजर फॉर यू. इफ यू हैव टाइम देन यू कैन डू दैट. सो दैट what I would say is why I don't compel anything is we don't force anything. If you are here for learning, you learn. So that's what we can give you an opportunity. These are all opportunities to you. So now apart from that, sir, so just to brief you quickly, we have established in 2011 one thought, one great vision, one thought of Shri Sunil Galgotias ji. The institution started here. And with several people have contributed immensely to reach to this stage today, where we started with 1,600 students. Now today we are about 32,000 students. This is one thing why students do come, why students are at Galgotias University. So there are several chances of doing that, but Galgotias University is a synonym for quality education. That's what we do. Even today, we are revising our curriculum to suit to the relevant industry needs, and also we are following the National Education Policy 2020. वो format पे हम almost all the points which have been specified for higher education, हमने actually we have got that tucked into our curriculum, and such a manner where it should be holistic and students will get a campus life that is more of learning experience, lifetime experience ban rahi hai. It's not only academic here, so we have all other formats of curricular, co-curricular, everything is being done here. So that way where Galgotians are good in many aspects, not one, not only one. So now education chahiye, iske साथ साथ पूरा other formats भी चाहिए. That's what we have been doing, and we keep on taking strides and getting newer things, newer technologies, newer innovations to the students for them to really experience and explore things for their better learning opportunities. So हम तो दे सकते हैं learners सीखेंगे, सीखने चाहिए. So now that भी आपके ऊपर एक moral issue बनता है, value chain बनता है, ethical बनता है. All those issues probably सर थोड़ा हमको बताएंगे. That's what I am expecting. सर इससे भी ज़्यादा दे सकते हैं, right? फिर let's hope and see. Sir, a big round of applause to sir. So, I am come over here spending your time, and will be blessed and honored to have you here once again. So welcome to Galgotias University. with that few thoughts of mine. So I thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your words of motivation. Now, it is with immense pleasure that I introduce you to our esteemed advisor to Chancellor, Dr. Renu Luthra Ma'am. With infectious energy and unwavering commitment to academic excellence, she is an indispensable part of the university's leadership team. I would now like to extend my heartfelt welcome. Ma'am, I invite you to grace the audience. Can you please have a huge round of applause?
Our distinguished Chief Guest, Mr. Prabhat Kumar, former Cabinet Secretary and former Governor of Jharkhand, dignitaries on the dais, our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Mallikarjun Babu, our Pro-Vice Chancellor, Dr. Avdesh, my dear friend and IAS officer retired, Mr. Prabhat Kumar, and the Dean School of Business, Namaste. And a very, very warm welcome to this event, to this prestigious event where we have no less personality than a former governor and a former cabinet secretary. Not only this, he's a scholar, he's a politician, he's a bureaucrat, all in one. And all his experience of rich governance practices are put together in a book entitled Naitik Bharat. And that will be the subject of his talk. Mr. Sunil Galgotias sends his regrets. He was unable to attend the event, so I am speaking on his behalf. So on his behalf and on behalf of the university, I welcome you, sir, the university, and I hope you will allow us the privilege of drawing upon your rich resources and your presence again in the near future. Thank you so much. Yes, I haven't finished. You can clap for me after I've gone from here. I'm a teacher like many of you, and I love the mic and I love speaking, so I'll be very brief. Swami Vivekananda ji once said, every nation has a message to deliver to the world, a mission to fulfill, a destiny to reach. India is to guide humanity across the world. Dr. Avdesh and the Vice Chancellor have talked about technological development. If we combine the technological prowess of the Indian youth, ethical values, Indian ethical ethos, so deeply imbibed in us, there is no way, there is no nation on earth that can stop us on the march of freedom, about the march of progress. Today, a resilient, proud India is working hard to gain its rightful place at the center stage of the global economy. The recently concluded G2 summit focused practices. Vasudev Kutumbakam. It taught the world the values, the ethics of humanity, of family, of one future, one family, one people. A message which the entire world bowed down to and acknowledged that is the only way forward. Clean governance, clean public life. These will be the supporting elements to progress. My dear students, the New Delhi Declaration of G20, the leaders who had assembled there, when they gave that declaration, they said that we are at a defining moment in history, and the future of our people and our planet. You are the future, and this is the planet. It is imperative upon us that we guide you. We explain to you the concept of ethics in decision making, ethics in public life. In fact, United Nations Sustainable Goals, on which we are working so much, has ethics as one of the sustainable goals. And what I love about the youth, a very small fraction of which is represented here, this youth that you are representing here, what I understand when I interact with them, they are inherently, they have a voice for justice, voice for value system. After all, क्यों नहीं होगा? देश के बच्चे हैं जहाँ एक शब्द है संस्कार. Sanskar is even deeper than belief. You can change your religious belief. From a Buddhist, you can become a Jain. Now this gentleman is sleeping. Am I that bad? Anyway, let him sleep. Now, you can change your beliefs. They are tentative. संस्कार नहीं बदलते. आज हमारे बीच जो हमारे मुख्य अतिथि जी हैं, वो हमारे को इसी संस्कारों की तरफ ले जाएंगे. The principled way of life. The principal ethical way of life. अगर हम एक उच्च शिक्षा संस्थान में बात करेंगे, तो it is not possible that we cannot touch upon technology. More particularly AI, and that too generative AI. Brilliant. आप सब assignments खूब सारे chat box से वो क्या कहते हैं GPT chat से copy कर चुके होंगे. No ma'am. Okay. This generative AI, G2 summit में, we talked about the risks of generative AI. Issues, ethical issues such as individual rights, privacy, non-discrimination, non-manipulation, these are yet to be addressed. So while we jump onto the bandwagon of AI, excited, so am I, about using these beautiful apps. But look at the risks involved, and globally, there is no nation yet who has resolved these issues on the use of AI anyway. My dear students, before I conclude, I just have a message for you. You will be, some of you very shortly, others maybe in a year, another year, will be stepping out into a exciting world. But that exciting world is bewildering choices. You know, when we were young, I mean, when I was younger, young to abhi bhi hai, our choices were in grey and black and white. What is wrong? How social life is to be conducted? How do we talk to adults? How do we deal? It was there were rules. Today those rules have gone out of the window. You have to make the rules. You have to assess what you do on social media, what is ethical or not ethical. So my dear students, I am sure that the talk that you will listen from Mr. Prabhat Kumarji will help you to get insights, will help you to make those wise choices, will help you to make those ethical choices in India, so that you become a high contributing citizen of India and bring back India to the days of Sone ki Chiriya. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for infusing this arena with your words of motivation. In the words of John C. Maxwell, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. And this completely resonates with our next speaker. Now I would like to call up stage Dr. Prabhat Kumar sir, former IAS officer and current advisor to Chancellor, to kindly grace us with his words. Can you please have a huge round of applause?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Yes. Most respected chief guest of today's landmark event, Honorable Mr. Prabhat Kumar, former governor, rather first governor of the then newly created state of Jharkhand, and he had this honor of laying the foundation of the newly carved out state of Jharkhand, and he was a former cabinet secretary also. Our Vice Chancellor, Professor K. Mallikarjuna Babu, Mr. Renu ji, Arvind ji, members of the faculty, my young friends, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all today this afternoon at this very beautiful campus. I express my heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Prabhat Kumar for accepting our invitation to launch this center. In fact, to share with you, this idea of establishing a center for ethics was originated seeking inspiration from Mr. Prabhat Kumar, who has dedicated, rather I would say more than almost 6 decades in the field of ethics and public governance. And for last 20 years, he is singularly devoting his time only in the field of ethics and public governance. You may be aware or you may not be aware, he is the topper of 1963 batch of IAS officers. And all 40 years experience at different positions in the federal as well as in the state government. You know why is Center of Ethics? And why in Galgotias? Ethics, you may be aware, if I just describe ethics in one phrase, as Mr. Peter Drucker, the father of modern management, says, is contained in Hippocratic oath. And what is that? Is the primum non nocere. That is the whole about ethics. And ethics has been always in an inalienable part of Indian society. It's a grand norm. You know, people who are from law background, they know what is grand norm. Grand norm comes from top, from divine, like गरीब आदमी की मदद कर. There is no law like that, but it's a grand norm. It's part of our thinking. अंधे को रास्ता पार कराओ. It is not written anywhere, but it is part of our society. These are the grand norms. Similarly, ethics is a grand norm of, especially of Indian society. I just quote you one example of medieval India. Panna Dhai, you must have heard the name, who sacrificed her own son to save the life of the prince. What was the compulsion? There was only one compulsion, that was ethics. Now I just flagged 3 main challenges which, if we want to deal with, ethics is the only key solution. The first one is the economic development. You know, economic development is just a means. The human development is the end. And if you want a development or an economic development which is sustainable and humane, ethics is the only key. And somehow, I think the world is going derailed in terms of ethics when we talk about economic development. Second important issue is the climate change and global warming. We must have global standards of ethics in terms of climate, and they must be binding. Seeing the way temperature is rising, maybe if it is not contained, the whole world will be drowned one day. And third, very recent, is the artificial intelligence. You know, is one of the biggest tools. AI is one of the biggest tools in the hands of mankind for development. But it has a huge potential to destroy everybody. You know, recently there was a global partnership summit on artificial intelligence, in which our Honorable Prime Minister flagged two issues, and one is the deepfakes and the other is cyber terrorism. And you know, in fact, he called upon the global community, can we have an audit system on artificial intelligence which could categorize it into green, red and yellow categories, and where we can see what kind of artificial intelligence is permissible and what is not. In the background of these three challenges, this idea came to my mind, and I discussed with the Chancellor, and I'm very happy to share with you that he was more than welcoming for this idea, and today this idea is taking birth rather, in the form of Center for Ethics. The purpose is to create a center for higher learning in ethics, to document best practices in the field of ethics, to develop an ethics Gyan course, and finally to spur a movement for re-energizing and rebuilding an ethical India, what we call is Naitik Bharat, for which we have today with us our esteemed Mr. Prabhat Kumar to talk about Naitik Bharat. So I will not take much of your time and will not be for more time between you and the chief guest. I once again thank Mr. Prabhat Kumar, Mr. Sunil Galgotias, the Chancellor, the Vice Chancellor, Renuji, and other dignitaries and people who have been associated in organizing this event. And above all, I would like to thank you all to be present here. Jai Hind, God bless you. So now I would just call upon the chief guest to inaugurate this particular center by pushing the button.
नितिन जी अरे यार तुम लोग बैठो
Can we please have a huge round of applause?
तब दिखे उसको उस लाइट को बंद करवाओ ना, उसको स्विच ऑफ कर नीचे से। हाँ ठीक है।
The clapping should not stop. Can you please have a thunderous round of applause?
जलाना भी है।
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, everyone. I request everyone to sit down at their place. Aristotle emphasized. Everyone, can you please maintain the decorum? Aristotle emphasized that virtue is practical and that the purpose of ethics is to become good, not merely to know. It's now time to introduce our Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Prabhat Kumar, former Governor of Jharkhand and former Cabinet Secretary. joined the Indian Administrative Service in 1963 and reached the highest bureaucratic position of Cabinet Secretary to the Government of India. He has also served the people of Jharkhand as the first governor of the newly created state. Education from Allahabad University, where he completed MSc in Physics and MSc in Mathematics. Later, he also acquired an MSc in Economics from the London School of Economics and Political Science. For more than 50 years, Sir has witnessed the drama of public governance with a keen eye and reflected on its different aspects. He specializes in analysis of concepts and synthesizing different viewpoints in realistic narratives. Sir is also dedicated to the cause of ethics in public governance. Currently, is the president of the IC Center of Governance, a multi-stakeholder initiative to spread awareness about people-oriented governance. Can you please have a huge round of applause? I request Sir to kindly grace the audience.
Thank you.
कर दो
Good afternoon. I'm very happy to be here today. I'm very happy to be here at the inauguration of your center. To the university, to the Vice Chancellor, to Professor Dr. Gupta, and my namesake, Dr. Prabhat Kumar, for giving me this opportunity of coming here. The basic purpose of my coming here was to meet you, my young friends. I'm not here to give you any advice or give you any sermons. I'm here to share with you some of my thoughts, some of my ideas. You know, I'm not a motivational speaker like Professor Luthra. She's a teacher and she loves to talk. I'm not a teacher, I'm not a speaker. I'm just like you. In fact, you know, I can see myself in your faces today. Of course, in a different setting. As I was introduced that I was a student of Allahabad University. Way back. In fact, it was just after independence that I joined the university. And it was a time which was bright, sunny. It was like it is today for you. We were looking at a new country with all the possibilities. Students, we used to interact with leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru, Lal Bahadur Shastri, Jayaprakash Narayan, authors and poets like Mahatma Verma, you might have heard her name, Nirala, Firak, Harivansh Rai Bachchan, all these. And we interacted with scientists like Dr. Meghna Saha, Dr. B.S. Kothari. Those were the times. So I say they were heady times. I was good at the studies. And as I was introduced, I'm quite embarrassed when I'm introduced like this. In fact, you know, I was in the university. I wanted to be a nuclear scientist or a mathematician, quantum mathematician, or in the alternative, a photojournalist. Now you are in your prime and you are sitting on the runway You're ready to take off. I don't know what you want to be. But this was my, I inspired to be either a mathematician or a physicist or a photojournalist. But things happened differently. And by accident, I came into the civil service, which was newly started then. In fact, Dr. Prabhat Kumar said, and I'll just say that when I found my name at the top of the list, I lost all faith in competitive examinations. So friends, I think today, your time, perhaps the best time ever. It's not a time of a decade, it's not a time of a century, it's a time of an age. Just think that you have immense possibilities. The opportunities, the plethora of opportunities. Audience sitting, you can speak to millions of people today. We didn't have this opportunity. If you have something to say, there are people who will be listening to listen to you on the internet. I think a couple of months back, the Times of India ran a series of articles titled The Incredible 21. Did you see it? They ran a series of articles, Incredible 21. It was a series of 21 articles showcasing 21 young achievers, the age of 21. 21, below the age of 21, they call it Incredible 21. There were sports persons there. There were innovators. There were singers. There were authors. All under the age of 21 who had achieved such excellence in their own field before the age of 21. Today, there are several under 19s who are millionaires. There are 16-year-olds who have millions of followers on the internet. So, the world is open. It's a brave new world for you. It's an exciting world. If I was in the university today with you, I would have aspired to be a mountaineer or an influencer. Maybe none of these. So what I am saying is that you have immense possibilities today. Think. What you want to do. Your generation is a very exceptional generation. In the last 10 years, let's say, you have seen the changes in the world which I didn't see in the whole life. Our generation used to follow rules. We were given rules whether we liked it or not, and we had. Your generation makes rules. In our work, in our career, we had a rhythm. We used to work from 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Today, you create the rhythm. So I would say that you are much more evolved than our generation. So you should pause and think as to what you are going to do. I came here to share a dream of mine, a vision that I carry in my head. And I want to share with you because you are some of the architects of that vision. My vision is the Naitik Bharat, ethical India. You are very special, each one of you. You are some of the most gifted university students in the world. Each one of you have your gifts, have your talents. Each one of you is going to make many people happy. And let me tell you that such potential which you do not know about. You are unaware of the potential that you carry inside you. You can create magic. And I tell you, those of you who don't believe in magic will not create magic. I am reminded of a scene in a film. It was a fantasy film, the title of which I forget, in which an eminent magician, a jadugar, he goes to a town to make a performance. He gives his performance, brilliant performance, and after the performance, he is approached by 4 boys. They want to be magicians. They say, "Sir, please tell us, how can we be magicians?" And he said that, "I'll give you a test, whether you are material for magicians or not." And he extended his left hand like this. And he asked them, the 4 boys there, he said, "Which finger has the power to change the world?" This is a scene from a film. Which finger has the power to change the world? I give this exercise to you. Which finger has the power to change the world? And 3 boys, the 4 of them, 3 boys, they picked one finger or the other. The 4th finger, or the middle finger, or the ring finger. The 4th boy stood there silently. The magician asked him, "What do you think?" I wanted to pick my own finger. I don't know how many of you thought like that. My own finger, I can change the world. And he said, "You will be a magician." So, boys and girls, you have a part to change the world. Only if you believe in it. Only if you believe the magic that you have, you can create magic. Okay. So I came here to share my dream vision with you. And the vision is Naitik Bharat. The vision is ethical India. It's a very nebulous thought. You may ask me, why did I think of Naitik Bharat? I could have thought of so many other things that the country can do. I thought of Naitik Bharat because in olden times, India was the ethical epicenter of the world. And when India was the ethical epicenter, yes, we were world leaders in almost everything. World leaders in philosophy, in mathematics, in astronomy, in theology, in practically everything, every branch of knowledge we were the world leaders. That was when we were an ethical society. What has happened since then? We know what is the status of ethics in the society today. While India has made economic progress, we have very good rates of growth, economic growth. But so far as ethics is concerned, if you see any profession, if you what do you think of the governance today? Is it satisfactory? Do you think the governance of the country today is satisfactory? Do you think the citizen is getting all that he is entitled to? Do you think that the business is run on ethical lines? Do you think that education is ethical? Do you think medicine is ethical? In every profession you will find that there is much to be desired. Yesterday, there was a very brilliant IAS officer started talking about ethics. And he said, sir, when ethics is at such a low level in the society, there is no use talking about ethics. He said, my friend, precisely because ethics is in such a position that we must start talking about ethics. If we do not do anything, if we do not talk, then we will have a default future. You know what is a default future? A default future is determined by the present, is determined by the past. So a default future which we will get in any case is something which is an extension of the present. Which means that if we don't do anything about ethics, if we don't think about ethics, then we will get the same level of ethics in the future also, our future. I am thinking of the vision of Naitik Bharat, which is not going to happen in my lifetime. I will not see that future. I am dreaming this for you. Because it will not happen in 5 years, it may not happen in 10 years, it will definitely happen in 25 years. By 2047, when we will be completing 100 years of our independence, I am quite sure that if we work for it, then we will have a Naitik society, a Naitik professions, and a Naitik country. It's not a pipe dream. I've thought about it. In fact, this is not my individual vision. It's a collective vision of so many friends of ours. Dr. Prabhat Kumar, who is my namesake, he is a prime mover so far as ethics is concerned. And I'm very happy and grateful to you that you have started this Center for Ethics in this university. Your university is going to be a pioneer. I've never heard of a Center for Ethics in any university. Yes, there are elective subjects, ethics in every school, institute of ethics. But a Center for Ethics. I'm very happy that I'm here when you start the Center for Ethics, and I'm quite sure that with your participation and support, we will certainly herald a new India, a new ethical India. Now, what is ethical India? What is Naitik Bharat? Firstly, let me tell you, Professor Luthra said, no, the Vice Chancellor said that sometimes we understand ethics, sometimes we don't understand. The young friend here defined ethics right at the beginning. And she said, it is a different what you have right to do and what is right to do. In fact, if you go to the net and if you just want to, the definition of ethics, the concept of ethics, you will get hundreds of responses, hundreds of responses. It's confusing, it's very confusing. So I have a very simple formula, and simple formula which is specially meant for you. If you want to develop an ethical personality, you just have to take care of three things. Three small things which each one of us can do. The first component of ethics is that you should do what you should do what you ought to do. You see the difference between what you do and what you ought to do. जो आप करते हैं, जो आपको करना चाहिए. In any situation, किसी भी स्थिति में, क्या हम करते हैं और क्या हमको करना चाहिए. इसका जो अंतर है, the difference between what we do and what we ought to do, that defines ethics. You see an accident on the road, an injured person is lying on the road. You have so many options. One option is that you ignore it and go your own way. That this is not my business syndrome is there. And I think most of us do that. Some of us stand and watch. We are respectful. Some of them even start making videos. And some of us try to help the injured person. Call the police, get him to the hospital. These are all the options that you have. You have to ask yourself as to what you should do. What to do, but what you should do. Very simple. I'll tell you a true story. 3 years back, when we had this national lockdown in the pandemic, remember? याद है आपको? 3 साल पहले, in March, April 2020, we had the national lockdown. All of us were locked in our homes. 6th of April 2020, in a town in Tamil Nadu, I think the town in Tiruchi district, I think there a young couple went to a hospital. The doctors made the checkup and they said that she needs an immediate cesarean operation, C-section. And for that, they said, the doctor said that we need the blood of her. Lockdown, the hospital did not have their regular donors. And therefore, the doctor said to the husband, that please find some. The husband said, all right, we'll go back to our house and then we will see if some of our relatives had the same group. They came out of the hospital, they were waiting for an auto to take them back to their village. When a stern-looking constable, police constable, entered them. And he said, what are you doing here? Don't you know? So they explained their problem, and this is the predicament we are in. Please help us to get an auto. The constable Yeah, what is the group of your wife? He gave the blood group. He said, I've got the same blood group. Let's go back to the hospital. He took them back to the hospital, this constable. Took them back to the hospital, donated his blood, stayed in the hospital till he was sure that the mother and the child were safe. And he went away. When the superintendent of police of the district came to know about this, he gave a cash award of 1,000 rupees to the constable. His name is Sayyid Abu Tahir. So Sayyid Abu Tahir got 1,000 rupees from the SP. And the DGP of Tamil Nadu came to know about it. He gave a further cash award of 10,000 rupees. Sayyid Abu Tahir, with those 11,000 rupees, went back to the hospital, gave them to the husband to settle the bills. Why did he do it? Just think. When I was governor of Jharkhand, I was told by my secretary that, there is a very important place of worship. Name is worship. You like to go there. As you know, the governors don't have any task, any job. They are gentlemen at large. They just sit in the right home and enjoy themselves. Only in exceptional circumstances they are required. So I said, why not? Let's go. So we started from the capital and we went, it was about 100 kilometers from there, and the cavalcade of the governor started. And there were 6 vehicles in front, 6 vehicles at the back. My vehicle was in the middle. We were just going there. No, Jharkhand was then infested with Naxalites. I'm talking of 20-25 years back. And there were Naxalites all over. So I had a lot of security. As we went through the villages, people had it's coming. They never had a governor. So they were lined up on both sides of the road and they were waving. I also waved back. At one place, in one of the villages, I found that there were about 200 children. From the age of 6 to age 16, they were on both sides of the road. They were waving. I also waved. They were in uniform. Tattered uniform, but uniform all the same. Is any one of you from Jharkhand? Yes, 2. Good. So you would know. You would know there is a place called Wow. Yes, sir. Isn't it? Yes, so anyway, I saw this students on both sides of the road, and I was very happy. And suddenly I noticed that each one of them had a pair of crutches, as if it was part of their uniform. They were all on crutches. Each one. About 200 students, 200 children, each on crutches. So I told the driver, I said, stop. He said, no, sir, we can't stop here because the Naxalites may come. I said, nothing doing, I want the car to stop. So they had to stop the car. The governor says something, they have to wait. And I got out to the car and went to them, the students, and I found they had a teacher also. He was also on crutches. Absolutely true. So I said, why? They said they were all polio-stricken children. They were polio-stricken children from all over the state, even from neighboring states. And they were studying in this school which was meant for polio-stricken children. The teacher was also polio-stricken. So I said, all right, I want to carry some of them in my vehicle or other vehicles. I want to carry the teacher also, and let's go back. They said, aren't you going back, going to the place of pilgrimage? I said, no. This is my place of pilgrimage. Let's go back. So I took the teacher and I took 5-6 children and I went back to Ranchi and drove straight to a philanthropic hospital. I went to see the medical superintendent and said that, you make tests on all these children and see which of them can be surgically corrected. Because they were all so poor. And I said, kindly carry on these tests on all the children of the 200 odd them and see how many of them can be corrected through surgery. This continued for a year and a half. And many of them got their limbs back. I asked, why did I do it? But why did I do it? Why did this constable, Sayyid Abu Tahir, do it? Why? A simple answer is that he thought that was the right thing to do. I thought in that situation that it is the right thing to do. Simple. So the first component of the ethical personality is do what you should do. Have the difference between right and wrong. Whatever you think is right. Whatever you think is right. There is no universal right. There is no absolute right. What you think is right. Okay? So what is the first requirement? Do what you think is right. ठीक है ना? Now second component, very easy. This is easy. And the second one is easier. Always keep your word. Always. I think each one of us who is in this room has sometime broken his word and not fulfilled the promise that he made. हो सकता है छोटी सी बात में, हो सकता है अपने माता पिता के साथ, हो सकता है अपने टीचर्स के साथ, हो सकता है अपने दोस्तों के साथ आपने कोई वादा किया और निभाया नहीं. आपने कहा कि हम वहाँ कैफेटेरिया में मिलेंगे और फिर नहीं मिले. छोटी बात. You think it's so small thing, it's not very important. नहीं गए तो नहीं गए. It's your whole personality. If you do not keep your word, then your personality is fragmented. If you do not keep your word, then you lose trust. जिसे आपने वादा किया और पूरा नहीं किया, उसका ट्रस्ट खत्म हो गया. सिंपल. मैं इसके बारे में ज्यादा नहीं कहूँगा. बहुत सिंपल. जो आप कहिए वो करिए. Because there are two types of people in this world. There are common people who are promise breakers. And there are leaders who keep their promise. So if you want to be a leader of men, आज से आप तय कर लो कि हम जो कहेंगे वो करेंगे. Cost benefit analysis पहले करो. Promise, please do the cost benefit analysis. ये फायदा होगा, ये नुकसान होगा, जो भी करना हो. लेकिन जब करो, उसको please पूरा करो. This is the simple requirement, second requirement. I'm talking of ethics. Don't think that, I'm going away from ethics. No. और तीसरा जो component है, the requirement. The third requirement is, and that is beautiful. Don't be a fake. We are living in the world of fakes. फेक्स भी हैं, अब तो डीप फेक भी होंगे। तो हमारा आपसे सिर्फ ये सजेशन है, you may take it, you may not take it, that don't be fake, be authentic. Show to the world your real face. Don't live anybody else's life. Don't try to be like me. Try to be like you, what you are. Authentic. जो आप कहिए वही. If you say that I believe in it, you must believe in it. If you say I believe in democracy, then you must believe in democracy. If you say I believe in dictatorship, believe in dictatorship. But please, जो आप believe करते हैं वही कहिए. I'm reminded of a story again, a true story. There was this Frenchman who was the greatest tightrope walker in the world. His name was Charles Blondin. So what he did once, he was a tightrope walker. Once what he did was he tied a rope across the Niagara Falls. एक लंबी सी रस्सी खींचती. And then he stood on the American side and he said, I am Charles Blondin, do you believe in me? And there were 20,000 people in one voice, they said, yes, we believe in you. He said, do you believe that I can walk across to the other side? Each one of them, 20,000 persons. And they said, yes, we believe that you can walk across. He walked across. Then he stood at the other side and he said, do you believe that I can walk back? All of them said, yes, we believe that you can walk back. He said, do you believe that I can walk back with a man on my shoulder? All of them said, yes, we believe. He said, who is that man? For 5 minutes there was dead silence. 20,000 people had said yes, they believed that he could walk with a man on his shoulder. He was willing to. On his belief. Nobody was willing to. Then a man crawled down and he sat on his shoulder and he carried him back. But what I am saying is, please, जो कहो मतलब उसी पे बिलीव करो, उसी पे विश्वास करो. Don't be a fake. Be authentic. हम लोग क्यों दूसरा मास्क लगाते हैं? इसलिए अच्छे दिखाई पड़े. नहीं, आप वैसे ही बहुत अच्छे हो. Be authentic. If you follow these 3 very simple requirements, आज से तय कर लो. होगा, ये हो जाएगी, लेकिन कोई बात नहीं. यही करो. And you will be ethical. So I am very happy that you have this center of ethics. Please, this center to think about ethics, to talk about ethics, to debate about ethics, and to spread ethics. We are very fortunate today that people are talking about ethics. Somebody said about generative AI. Yes, Professor Luthra said. Generative ethics. Yes, generative AI. It's a weapon. Dr. Prabhat Kumar also said that. And it can be used both ways. Sam Altman, who is the MD of and Elon Musk, both of them, they have said recently that AI, generative AI is very, very powerful, but we must think about ethics of artificial intelligence. I'm reading a book called System Error, which talks about the ethics of artificial intelligence. Everybody is talking about it. Recently, there was a one full-page ad in most of the newspapers by a company, by a business house in India, and the full-page ad. The full-page ad said, we have three aims of our business. Number one, that we will take business decisions on the basis of welfare of the community. Aim number two, that we will empower 100 million women and children through education, healthcare, and nutrition. And aim number three, that we will provide livelihood to 2.5 million families. In the whole full-page ad, there was no mention of their products, there was no mention of their turnover, there was no mention of their profits. So, we are talking ethics. So if the world is talking ethics, in the US, 200 CEOs of their top companies, they got together and defined what the business is for them. They are all talking ethics. So let us also talk. The Prime Minister talks about Vikasit Bharat. Vikasit Bharat. I say that Vikasit Bharat cannot be fully realized without Naitik Bharat. And Naitik Bharat, they are complementary to each other. So please heed my word that you are going to usher in the Naitik Bharat during your lifetime. Thank you very much.
Can we please have a huge round of applause, sir? Inspired by what Sir stated, in the words of Albert Einstein, the most important human endeavor is the striving or morality in our actions. Our inner balance and even our very existence depends on it. Only morality in our actions can give beauty and dignity to life. And these words completely resonate with what our Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Prabhat Kumar Sir, stated. Thank you so much, sir, for gracing us with your enlightened presence and fusing this arena with your words of motivation. Can you please have a standing ovation for sir? Thank you so much, everyone. Can you please be seated? Now, I would like to request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. K. Mallikarjuna Babu Sir, to kindly present the memento to our Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Prabhat Kumar Sir. Can you please have a huge round of applause? To our dignitaries as well as our chief guests. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the heartwarming and appreciative part of our program. It's time to express a gratitude to all those who have made this event possible. To do this, I'd like to invite respected Dr. Seema Gupta, Dean, School of Business, to kindly deliver the vote of thanks. Can you please have a huge round of applause?
No duty is more urgent than that of returning thanks. So I am delighted to have been given this opportunity to deliver the vote of thanks this afternoon. My sincere thanks to the chief guest, Shri Prabhat Kumar ji, for his insightful address. The vision of Naitik Bharat particularly resonated with me. And I completely agree that with this rapidly declining ethics in the society, this is an absolutely worthwhile cause. And School of Business is grateful to have the opportunity to lead the Center of Ethics in the university. It is vital for the students to learn how to make ethical choices. It's vital for you to understand how to distinguish the right from the wrong. It's important that through this center, we are able to inculcate these values in you by fostering continuous dialogue, by looking at our curriculum, by designing courses which are revolving around ethics. And just teaching one course in ethics is not enough. So ethics has to become a part of the entire program. So it's not a separate course in ethics, but how can we teach ethics when we teach marketing? So what is ethical marketing? What is ethical finance? How do we know when the accounts get fudged? So ethics has to be a part and the core of the entire program. So be it MBA or be it BBA or other programs in the university. My sincere thanks to the Honorable Vice Chancellor, to Honorable Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. Prabhat, Professor Renu, and other dignitaries for their guidance and support in the planning as well as smooth conduct of the event. I am also thankful to my faculty colleagues for lending their support. And last but not the least, my thanks to you dear students for your energizing presence. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your words of wisdom. All the attendees to stand up in their graces for the Indian national song. Thank you so much to all our dignitaries, our chief guest, and all the attendees.
नमस्कार उपस्थित कुलपति महोदय, डिस्टिंग्विश स्पेशल गेस्ट, हमारे सभी साथियों को नमस्कार। मैं आपके समक्ष वंदे मातरम का जो एकदम ओरिजिनल जो एक लिरिक है, मैं उसी के साथ आपका ये
शुरू करना चाहता हूँ। और मैं खासकर मैं जी, तो यही है, आशा करता हूँ आप लोगों को अच्छा लगेगा। तो ये है वंदे वंदे मातरम सुजला सुफलाम मलयज शीतलाम शस्य श्यामलाम वंदे मातरम शुभ्र ज्योत्स्ना पुलकितयामिनीं ध्रुमदल शुभाशिनीं सुमधुरभाषिणीं सुखदां वरदां मातरं वन्दे मातरम् कोटि कोटि कंठ कंठ निनाद कराले कोटि कोटि भुजय धृत कर कर वाले अबला केनो एतो बोले बाहुबल धारिणी नमामि तारिणी रिपुदलवारिणी मातरम वंदे मातरम तुमी विद्या तुमी धर्म तुमी हृदि तुमी मर्म तुमी विद्या तुमी धर्म तुमी हृदि तुमी मर्म त्वमहि प्राणा शरीरे बाहुते तुमी मा शक्ति हृदये तुमी मा भक्ति তোমারই প্রতিমা গড়ি वंदे मातरम त्वं हि दुर्गा दश प्रहरिणी कमला कमल दल विहारिणी वाणी नमामि त्वां नमामि कमलां अमलां अतुलां सुजलां सुफलां मातरं वन्दे मातरं श्यामलां सरलां सुस्मितां भूषितां श्यामलां सरलां सुष्मितां भूषितां धरणीं भरणीं मातरं वन्दे मातरं वन्दे
Can we please again have a huge round of applause? Thank you so much to our chief guests, to our dignitaries, and all the attendees present here. Thank you so much, everyone.